Good evening and welcome to another episode of My Fiber Fun. Well, I said I was going to come back today. As you can see, I'm snuggled up in my blanket. It feels so good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're still in the cold weather, but next week is supposed to heat up into the high 80s and low 90s, so we're in for it. So I'm feeling better. I'm spending the rest of this week in recovery and I'll probably have the air on next week because MS does not like heat. So therefore, I don't want to, relapse again or whatever now that I'm starting to clear up. I was able to walk most of the day. I really didn't even need the aid of my walker nor my cane, although I still used it, but a few times there I strutted right to the kitchen and had forgotten the mobility aid, and my legs didn't hurt or get weak or anything. So that's letting me know that I'm doing better, and I'm not feeling that lead pipe feeling either. So I've been getting a lot of rest last night. That's why I didn't answer I did early this morning when I got up, but last night I didn't answer any of the comments because I was in bed. I went to bed and I slept for about 12 hours. And that's the best thing you can get whenever you're ailing is rest. Okay, well, the reason why I'm here, I promised that I would come on because on yesterday I started the lime green market bag. So to recap, I'm going to show you the one I said is fuchsia or lilac color. So what I did was I threw my little shawl in it just to give it a little heft or whatever. Now, these were made with the Noro Asingenu yarn. And I did go to Little Knits right before I came on to see if they still have this yarn. They actually do. It's on clearance for 50% off. And the only colors that they have are this one, the lime green one, which is called something else. And then they had another one. And so they're low stock. I think they're discontinuing it. I noticed with the Noro yarn, they'll discontinue it for a while, but it's not forever. Like when you go to the big box stores locally, once something's discontinued, you never see it again. But what I've noticed with Noro is they might stop making a particular yarn because they're changing over to something new or something else, and then they'll come back later because this is one Noro yarn that I debated getting back in the winter, and I hem-hauled around. Then I saw it was low stock. Next thing I know, that yarn was gone, and it nowhere to be found. I was like, oh no. Anyway, that yarn is back in 2 different colors. So, but I'm going to pay because it's not on clearance this time. That mess is $33 a hank. So I may or may not get it because the last time I think they had it 50% off. So it was going to be like $15. I should have got it when I should have, but at least it's back. Okay, but anyway, we have the Asingenu. And so, like I said, there's still some at the Little Knit site, and it is 50% off. So that is good. I think they make the perfect market bag. Now, I had said that this was 40% linen, 40% Japanese paper, and 10% polyamide. No. Or 20% polyamide, because I had to get to 100. No. It's actually, because I looked at the specs again, it's actually 35, wait, let me get it right. Okay, it's 35% linen, 35% Japanese paper, that's 70. No, 80, 90, no, wait a minute. 40%, I'm sorry, y'all. It's 40% linen, 40% Japanese paper, and 20% polyamide. And the polyamide is for strength. I just like the feel of it. It is not a soft yarn, but it is a stretchy yarn. It does, the drape, this would have made a perfect shawl. Now, I double-stranded it because it is very, very, very thin. A lot comes on one skein. One skein will get you a bag, but I used 2 skeins because I doubled it. And so it gave it the perfect, you know, flex or whatever. One skein, I think it would have been too thin. So I used 2 skeins, and then as you can see, I bordered it and did my strap with the black. Now, because of how stretchy it is, I think it's beautiful. And then if I take this shawl out of it, it's long and it does bounce back, you know, once you bounce it back, but just look at it. I think it's just absolutely stunning. And see how it took its shape right back? This is the shape it was in when I made the bag. It bounces right back into shape. And then this was the length of it, because I did 35 rows. So what I did the square diamond mesh on this one. What I did was I chained 55. I went into the 5th chain from the hook to start the diamond mesh. I went all the way across and just went around and around and around. At first it's going to look wonky. It's going to look like it's kind of ruffled, but as you go around, once you get to row 10, then it's going to straighten out for one, and then it's going to begin to curl up into the shape, the shape of the bag. And it will continue to do that as it grows. So I did 35 rows, and then I did a row of single crochet with the same color, and then I did 2 rows of single crochet with the black to pull it in at the top. And what I did was, for the diamond mesh, although you're chaining 4 in between, I just did 3 single crochets in each of the diamond mesh spaces. I skipped the chain space one, and I just went 3 and 3, and that's what pulled the bag in. And then I did my strap, and then I bordered around the strap in the black. I actually could have used, this is where the yarn chicken left me, so I beat him. So actually, if I had wanted to do my border in this color, I didn't think it would look right. I just left it a solid black. And I did the same with the lime green, and this was what was left over from that. So I still have enough of the black left over to make a full bag. So I think I'm going to make a black bag, and this, I will border it with both of these colors. I'll do, you know, my single crochet around with one of these colors, and then I will border, I'll do my strap in the other. So it'll be a 3-tone bag just to make it match the other 2. So, okay, so let's put this shawl back in. Putting it back in. And see how it looks now? But it bounces right back. Okay, so we're going to hang this up. And now I'm going to show you the lime green. This is the one I like the best, and it's the color I hated the most when I saw it. Now, when I bought this, I bought the mystery, it was a mystery pack at the time, and this was back in the winter. It was 10 balls of the Noro Assaggino, and it was mystery. Whenever you buy a mystery bundle from Little Knits, you're going to get it super cheap. I think I paid for that mystery bundle of 10, I think I only paid about $20 for it. So it was very, very cheap. That's why I got it. But anyway, when I got it, it said it would come with 4 of one color, which was the black, thank God. And it came with 2 of the rest. So I got 4, 5, no. It came with 3, was it? No, it wasn't 3. Okay, it was 6 of the black, and then 2 of this, and then 2 of the lavender. I did not know what colors I was going to get. And these were the colors that I got. So that mystery bundle, it was well worth it. I love this color, and I love it with the black. See it? So this is how it came out. I started this bag. You all saw where I started it yesterday, and I finished it up about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. I'm just now coming online because I had some other things to do. But I really love this bag. And so I put this one didn't lose the shape because I put the lighter shawl in it just so that you'll see what it looks like full. So this is this one, and then this is this one. And I think they go together pretty good because they're matching bags. So I'll get the third one made. It'll be a little bit later. I'm not going to make it right away because these are not complete. someone told me about what Posh Crochet and another site. I'm gonna go to their channels and subscribe because they're Noro, that's number one. And number two, because they are so stretchy, I do want to put a lining. And I'm not going to use that fabric that I purchased at Joann's because it will not match. I'll probably go to Michael's, and I'm going to tell y'all about Michael's in a few minutes. I'm going to probably go to Michael's, and I'm going to just get some black fabric. All I need is probably a yard or two. Probably not even 2 yards, probably just 1 yard. And I'm going to line both of these bags so that they will not stretch. I used to line my bags with pillowcases, but pillowcases are too expensive. But I would go to Goodwill and buy a pillowcase. But because I want black, I'll use fabric. And I will sew the lining in by hand, of course, because I do not own a sewing machine. So I will sew them in by hand. All I have to do is just go around the top of it. I don't do any more. And then what I do is I take the fabric, I do sew along the sides, and I make sure it's more room than what I need, probably twice the size of the bag in width. And so I sew the sides so it looks like a sack once I've sewn it. And then I sew it up to the edge of the bag. And that's how I line my bags whenever I line them, and it comes out perfect. Then I stick the sewn fabric bag inside of the bag, and then it works, okay? It works, and the bag will not stretch, okay? So let's hang these up because it'll be next week when I get the lining. But for now, these will just sit, but I love them. I absolutely love them. Now, to Michael's. Some videos popped up today. First, let me tell you this video. This is one lady who's shopping her Joann. It's the last 6 days, and I think the one she posted today, they're at 5 days now. So tomorrow is 4. They were loaded, and I meant to ask her. I'm going to tell you her name if you want to go and look at her video. Her name is, wait a minute, it's going to come to me. I want to say Cole Crochet. I'll type it in. I'll put a link in the thing because I've totally forgotten her name. I think it's Cole Crochet. C-O-L-E. It's Cole's Crochet or something crochet. It begins with the C. I'll make sure I type the link in. Anyway, she was talking about her $1,000 Joann haul. She didn't spend that much, but that's how much worth she had. So I'm watching this video, and so while she's going through the yarn, and it was a lot, and she's just piling it in the basket, of course, and I was like, woo, get it, girl, get it, girl. I was happy for her, right? Then she was like, what is this? DIY glow? Y'all, it was about 100 skeins there. I was like, get it, girl, you better buy everyone. So she was like, she sounded just like me. She was like, I'm gonna just get 2 and see what it is, because I've never heard of this. I was like, girl, buy everyone, buy them, buy them, buy them. Okay, anyway, she didn't buy any. Just like me. Remember, I didn't get any. So I hurried up and typed her a comment. I was like, hello from Michigan. I was like, you want to get that DIY glow yarn and blah, blah, blah. Okay, so she responded back tonight, and she put, I went back and I bought every last one of them. So I don't know how she messed around and found out. She might have done like me. She might have pulled it up and researched it and was like, let me get back there, just like me. Anyway, she bought every one, and guess how much she paid? Oh, it hurt so bad, but I'm so happy for her. I'm as happy for her as I am hurt. The yarn was number one. We know it's $7.40. It was regularly $7.49 and worth every penny. I'm not going to lie. Hey, if I have to pay $7.49 for some of that, that's how much I love that yarn, okay? I'll just have to bite the bullet and do it. Anyway, we know it's $7.49. It was 80% off, which probably put it at about less than $2. Well, at her Joann's, when you get to the cash register, anything was 80% off in the yarn, because they had so much in there, and in their last 5 days, they got a sale. And they had more in there. Theirs looked like a typical Joann's with nothing purchased. But anyway, She got to that cash register, she said, and it was another 90%. So 90% off of her total cost, because that's how they did it. So basically, if you're buying something that, let's say 50% off, like me, for instance, with that tool was 70% off. No, it was 90% off. Well, when I got to the cash register, whatever your total amount was for that day, they took an extra 50% off. They cut it in half. So in her case, it was 80% off of that yarn. And then when she got to the cash register, after they rung it up, whatever the amount was, because she didn't say, then they took an extra 90% off. She told me what the price was. She said it was less than 20 cents a box. God! Oh, Lord. Oh, but I'm happy for her. She bought them all. I would have, shoot. I did respond back. I congratulated her because I'm happy for her. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy for her. But Lord knows, they got 5 days left. I don't fly. But if I flew, if I could grow some wings or get on a plane, I would fly to her city. Well, it's no more DIY glow yarn, but Lord have mercy. Oh, Lord. Ooh, she got a deal. She got a deal. She got a deal. And when I say, I know it was well over 50. I'm posting that link. I want y'all to just go and see the doggone video. And she's new. She don't have that many subscribers. So, yeah, support her. I subscribe to her. So you could either subscribe or, I mean, her channel looks like it's going to be a neat channel. She reminds me of me, bubbly and all that. Okay, so that was that. Whew, whew. Okay, then the Michaels. So then y'all know I watch Creative Grandma faithfully. I just lurk. I never respond to her or anything because she has, close to 1 million subscribers. So I never respond, but I do watch her religiously. Anyway, she and Cody, her grandson, for those of you who know who Creative Grandma is, every week they take a trip. It may be to the Goodwill store. It would be to Joann's. Hers closed early. She's in Pennsylvania, I believe. She'll go to Michael's. She'll go to Hobby Lobby. She'll go to Walmart, all over, just once a week to look at yarn. She and Cody will go. Anyway, today they went to Michael's, and she was complaining. She was like, they hardly had anything. They had a lot of yarn on clearance, 40% off. A lot of yarn. A lot of that Caron, what is it? That $12.99 stuff. And then they had their copy cat to woobles. It was like the animals, I can't even say the word, agamarui. You know what I'm talking about, where you make animals and stuffed toys and all that. I don't do that crochet, not even interested in it. Dolls and all that, no, not me. Agamarui, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, they had that on clearance for $5. And then they had, a lot of stuff on clearance. And so she says, and you know how Creative Grandma talks, she was like, I can't even just do her voice, although I can hear it in my head. She was telling Cody, she was like, I'm going to speak to the manager and find out why is it they're not stocked with yarn. Which is true. Oh, she was complaining about Michael. She was like, no, this is unacceptable. And so she was like, and the excuse I've been getting, she's like, the past 2 times I've been here, it's been the same thing. She said, yarn is scarce. She was like, but the last 2 times they told me because of Joann's closure, they've been getting a lot more traffic. And that makes sense. Yeah, people would do that, but Joann's wouldn't close yet. So I think they were lying. But nevertheless, she had great news. In fact, her video is titled Amazing News from Michael. So I'll go, okay? Next week, I'll be going to Michael's. But anyway, she talked to the manager or the worker or whomever she got, a floor associate, right there on film. And she asked them, why is it that you guys aren't stocked up with yarn? And Cody was complaining. He was like, you can't even do a project other than maybe a hat and a scarf because there's not enough yarn to do a project like an Afghan, a baby blanket, that type of thing. Anyway, she asked, and the lady said, we are revamping our yarn department. She said that they're revamping it. And so they're getting in new yarns, and they'll have a bigger and bigger and better selection of yarns. And so that's good news. So I just wanted to pass that on to y'all who haven't heard. Then I watched another video that popped up in my algorithm feed or my homepage that said Michael's haul, and it was from today. And so when I pulled it up, she said the same thing. In fact, a lot of their new yarns, this second one I saw of this young lady, a lot of the new yarns had come in. So now I have no reason to believe that they were lying to Creative Grandma, because that second video showed where a lot of the new stuff had come in. They were fully stocked. And then they had the same clearances that Creative Grandma spoke of, but they had the new stock, and she was going through all of this yarn. I didn't even finish watching the video because the video was over an hour for that second one. And I didn't subscribe or anything. I just watched it. And I don't remember her name. I can go to my library to find it in case someone's interested, but I didn't even finish the video. I got maybe 30 minutes in, and then I turned it off because her point was well taken and proven to me, because I saw that new yarn. But it was some nice stuff, some real nice stuff. It was this one. Remember when they came out with that Hygge yarn, or it was called Hygge, but it was spelled Hygee, and it was by Red Heart. But it was real thick because I had bought some of it because I loved the look of it and everything. And then they discontinued it, probably because it was so doggone heavy. Well, there's a new brand, a new version similar to that. It's the exact same yarn, but it's thin. It's thinner. It's a 5-weight. It's thinner, but it's not heavy. But it's that same exact fuzzy material. And I want to get some of that to make a shawl. And it didn't cost that much. I was impressed with the price. So I can see that it looks as if Michael's are coming down on their prices. The two things that I did not see with either video, and look, I'm yip yapping. I said this was going to be a few minutes, and here we are at 22. Oh well. Anyway, the one thing I didn't see, although Creative Grandma passed by some scrubby yarn, I did not see the Lion Brand Stitch Soak Scrub. Although on my Michaels app, it shows that they have it in stock at my Michaels. So I better get it, because they probably, with this revamp, they either got rid of it. I may not even find it, but I can always order it online. So I'm not going to worry about it. And neither one of them showed any DIY glow, whereas the Michael app here showed that there was some in stock. I'm willing to bet they've gotten rid of it. I'm almost scared to go back to the app, because that was like 3 weeks ago when I went to that Michael's app. But anyway, if they don't have it, I still need to get those stamps. And if the new yarn has begun to come in, if I see that fuzzy yarn, I'm going to get some of that. So, because it was reasonably priced. Okay, and of course, I will have a budget when I go into Michael's. Okay, just like I did at the liquidation store. I will have my budget. But I know what I want to get in advance. I know it should be there because I'm going to look to see if it's in stock. So it's not like I'm going in there and they won't have it and all that stuff. I'm going to know it's there, and I can actually add it up and know exactly how much I will be spending before I even go up in there to begin with. Okay, last but not least, so I'm getting ready to start my safety shawl. So I'll be using 2 skeins, because when I looked over my big twist, one of them was dirty. And I didn't pay attention when I took it off the shelf. One of them has dirt all around the little swirl here, so it's going to be dirt spots. In fact, let me show it to you. So these are the 2 I'll be using. These are clean, thank God. And this is enough for me to make my safety shawl, because I said I was going to go triangular with it. I don't know, but I might go rectangular with it, because this is enough yarn to get me a good rectangle shaped yarn. Okay, where is the dirt? Okay, hold on. Oh, why am I not seeing the dirt all of a sudden? And it jumped out at me like a sore thumb. I see the dirt now. Whew, I did not want to put these glasses on, Lord knows. Okay, here's the dirt, you guys. I don't know if you see it. Right here. See that dark spot? That's the dirt. So, oh well. I spent $2 for this yarn. And I can always, I'm just not going to use it in this shawl unless I have to. And then I'll wash it. But I think that 2 of these skeins Wait a minute. Okay. I thought I saw dirt again. Okay. Okay. I think both of these skeins, because how many yards? We're looking at 90 yards. Yep. No, 380 yards per skein. So 380 and 380, we're looking at what? 700 and something yards. This will be more than enough to make my shawl. And then I'm going to border it. Oops, I threw the wrong one on the thing. And then my border is going to be with the glow yarn, because you know I had that little ball left from when I bordered the patriotic shawl. So I'm going to use that, the rest of that, to border this. So it'll have, the border will be glowed, one row of it at least. And then it's going to be solid orange. So I think I'll be safe. Someone will be able to see me and find me. Now I kind of wish I had gotten that lime green, because this is so soft. I have that big twist cotton that I had purchased, but I've never used big twist yarn in general. I could see why people like this yarn. I wasn't interested in it because there's so many other yarns out there that I like. But this is actually very soft. I think it's gonna work up really nice. It's gonna have a nice drape. For it to be acrylic, I can see why people really liked this yarn. And so this will be my first time using it. So if it's something that I really, really like, I'm glad that Hirschner's is going to be carrying this. So, and I decided I would go with the J hook. And again, I'm using my diamond mesh. I guess y'all think I'm stuck on that. The reason why I like the diamond mesh stitch is because it's not a yarn eater. A little takes you a long way, and it's one of my favorite stitches. The granny stitch, I like the half double crochet. You know, I'd use other stitches, but whatever's going to get me more bang for my buck with the yarn, I'll go with that stitch, especially if it's something that's going to look nice in that stitch. Like my market bags, my trashy shawls are always done in the diamond mesh, either for the most part, they're done either triangular or rectangular. You know, I just use that stitch. Okay, and last but not least, before I get off, I decided to get my stuff washed up. From this bag, I washed everything, sterilized it. I also sterilized my little Christmas cups, made space in the cabinet to put those. But what I did was, I forgot that, I would say, it was back in the winter, Meyer had little, the Coloray dishes on sale. So this is a sandwich thing. I decided, and purple matches the pink. So I decided to add this Coloray sandwich thing to my lunch bag, because I will be using this. I said fishing trips, but this is so nice, it'll get dirty on a fishing trip. Unless I leave it in the car, and I might do that. And but I said I would definitely use it, like if we're traveling, like let's say I go to the family reunion, this would go with me. It has a nice cup, and you can see it still has a little water in it, so I'm gonna open this back up to dry it. But anyway, I like the size of this. It looks to be maybe 32 ounces. And then the other Coloray item, and these were on clearance at Meyer. I think I paid like 50 cents for these at Meyer. And then this is a snack cup, and it's a double snack cup. That's how it was listed. I took the tag off though. So, and of course, gray matches pink. So I said, for this pocket, I will put my snack cup. So what you do is you unscrew it. So you have this to put snacks in, or let's say you're carrying your breakfast, you want some cereal. You could put cereal in here. And then, or milk, or, well, I would say cereal for that, and then maybe milk for this. But it's considered a double snack cup. So you could, little goldfish. I thought about giving this, because when I purchased it, this snack cup I was going to give for my great nephew. It's mine. Sorry. But I really like how this works. And if I ever see some more, I will get them. So I said I will add this. And then this came with its own stuff. I have an ice pack. I put that in the freezer. And I have another pocket in here for that. But it has the containers. I said if I go to my sister's for dinner or wherever, I can always use that. Even at a restaurant, I can use this as my own little doggy bag or something like that. And then I put a dish towel, we have this one dollar store. It's one of those knockoff dollar stores. It's not a Dollar Tree or a Dollar General. It's just one of those little personally owned dollar stores. But they sell these dishcloths, and they cost for a pack $1. And I love them. Hold on. Let me show you. And so every time I go into that store, which is quite often, because it's right around the corner from me, and it's right next to the grocery store that I like to go. I have a local grocery store right, right there, like 2 minutes away. And then there's a corner store right up the street from me. But this dollar store place is like right next to that grocery store that I go to. Like if I only need a thing of milk or a few potatoes, just something where I just need to quickly. But anyway, they sell these. This is 2 right here. But he sells these for a pack. And the pack comes with 5 of them. Yeah, it is 5. And they're $1. And these are so nice. Now, these are new. They haven't been washed, so they're real thin. But once they hit the water, they thicken up. Like, think of a baby cloth diaper. You know how a cloth diaper is real thin, but the moment you wash it, it's suddenly thick. It's the perfect dishcloth. So I decided to put one in here. It'll be used as a napkin. And I have all kind of colors. I have baby blue, but I figured that this matched. And he does have some pink ones there, so I may go get a few pink ones on my next trip. But he has baby blue. He has yellow. I have yellow, green, red, dark blue, baby blue, gold, and another color. In fact, I have a big tub right beside my sink full of these, because every time I go, I just buy them because they're so cheap. So like if I go there to get something else, to round it off, I'll just go on and buy a pack or, whatever, because he has them. So you can never have too many dishcloths. And I use them for other reasons other than dishcloths. So I have enough to probably last forever. But anyway, but I like this. And I like how, this little part right here, I really like it. So, and like I said, it's vinyl, so it's easy to clean. So this is going to be my little travel buddy. Now, this is my old one. And the reason why I'm showing this one is because it's a Joann artifact. I bought this back in probably 2008 or 9. And I got it 50% off at Joann. It was a little lunchbox for a kid. That was back when they first started selling home stuff. When they started branching out and fixing what wasn't broke. But I like this, so I got it because I had a 50% off coupon. And so I used to use this for my mother because, as you all know, I took care of her for 7 years and she had a stroke in 2013. And I already had this, but it hadn't been used. So I used this for my mother. So it came, and I call it the Happy Apple. This one has the butterfly, but the dishes inside of it were the apple dishes. If I'm not mistaken, I think these dishes were sold separately from the little lunchbox, if I'm not mistaken. So I got these dishes maybe that next week or something like that. That's how we went from butterfly to apple. But anyway, it was like down on the farm. So first you had the Happy Apple, which I liked. And so I would use this for my mother whenever she would go into the hospital, which was quite often, with complications. I would always pack her snacks. She was allowed, although she was on a tube feeding, she passed the swallow test, but she could not eat enough to sustain her. So she got the tube feeding at night, but she could comfort eat during the day. And they told us, other than high sodium and potassium, we could feed her anything her heart desired. And Mom, oh yeah, she told us her wants. She loved her candy. She loved her, what else did she like? Chips, all the goodies. She loved all that stuff. So she got what she wanted because she couldn't eat much. And so I would put her snacks in here. If she went into the hospital, I would put snacks in here and take them up every day. She had a fork and spoon, never did use this. And you could tell this came from Joann because you could see, hold on, what was the regular price on this? $5.19. It's called Summer Inspirations. So you could tell it came from Joann's. I've never even opened this. We never even used that because she could feed herself. And then the little plate. And how much was this at that time? it says $4.99. I'm certain I got everything 50% off because it was back when you got a 50% coupon off pretty much every time you went into Joann. And then last but not least, I got the plate. And so here's the plate, the little happy plate. And that would have been $6.19. So this is the plate. And so this is what I used to, you know, I would put my mother, I would cook dinner and then I would, you know, pack it up. I would wrap it up real good and put it in a plastic bag and all that so things wouldn't spill. And it worked fine. Although the thing has a few spills in it. You can see so I'm going to wash this out. Yeah. And then it worked out really well. So I'm going to use this myself. Or I might give this to my little great nephew because he is a toddler. So this is something he would probably like now that I have the adult version of a lunch bag. So I think I will. I'm going to clean this lunch box up really well because he does go to daycare and everything. I'm going to clean it up really well. I'll, you know, get the dishes in there rewashed and sterilized. And I think I'll take this to my niece to give to my little nephew, my little great nephew. And I can tell him it belonged to your great grandmother that he never met. Oh, but anyway, okay, so that's it, you guys. I've been on here over 30 minutes, so that's it. I won't be on tomorrow unless something spectacular happens. Look for me probably get ready. Well, maybe perhaps the weekend. I might come on the weekend because I may end up going to Michael's sooner than next week. So anyway, if I do go, then I'll come on. I'll do a Michael's tour video and then I will, you know, tell you what I got and all that stuff and what they have. And then, of course, I'm going to go up to somebody and ask them about the yarn. Are you revamping here too? You know, because this is Michigan. I know Pennsylvania was where Creative Grandma was, and I have no idea where the other lady was. I may go back to that video and see. And then remind me, I will be posting the link to the lady who hit the jackpot with that doggone DIY glow yarn. Like I said, I'm happy for her. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later, and may God bless you all. Have a wonderful evening. And some of you probably won't see this till tomorrow because y'all wasn't expecting me to come on tonight. Okay, talk to you later. One last look. Oops, I just snagged the bag. Okay, it didn't mess it up. One last look at the bags. Ooh, I just love them, love them, love them. Oops. Oh, I see I have to either weave in some ends or do some snipping right here. But I still love them, love them, love them. So I'm going to get these lined. So the next time that you see these bags, they will have a lining in them, a black lining, possibly white lining if I can't find black in fabric or if it costs too much. But I figure a yard should do. I'll be able to get it done. Okay, bye-bye.